You're watching SBoyTV.
Who we got on the backdrop right now, man? Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
What's poppin'? It's your player partner, Jay the Villain. You know we here. What's cracking?
Jay the Villain in the building.
It's the dealio.
All right, Jay, so let's start at the beginning, man. What was life like growing up for you?
A little bit better than most people. Grew up on the west side, originally from Detroit. It wasn't too bad, for real. I had to drive in Asbury Park, right on the corner. If y'all know where Fellowship Chapel is, you should know where my house is. So it wasn't too bad, though. Both parents in the house. Went to Southfield School. It wasn't too bad. We had a few shootings, but that's normal. Ain't nothing. Going to the L. George's Coney on 6 Mile. That's the best one, the only one you should be going to, for real. So, but yeah, I can't complain, for real. Resident of a good household, brothers, sisters. Nothing too crazy, for real.
Sweet. All right, so what you the youngest, oldest, middle?
I'm the youngest. So my mom and my dad were both like, they had me, but they had 2 separate relationships. So my mom was married once, and she had my sister. My dad had a kid in high school, and then that's my first brother. And then my second brother, he married my brother's mom, and then they left, and then he met my mom, and then had me. So I'm the super youngest out of a basically blended family.
Yeah, you like the youngest. It's crazy. I am too, out of a blended family too.
Mm-hmm.
What's that like for you, man? Being the youngest, like
The relationships is different, for real. My oldest brother has passed. He passed, I want to say, back in 2016. My second oldest brother, I haven't talked to in a minute, but he lives in Alabama with his family. My sister, she lives on the west side, so I see her more. But she's in her 30s, so I don't really have a super close relationship with her. We're like, when we link up, it is cool because we do have similarities, like we like video games and stuff like that. But it was cool. I'm still the youngest though. I still remember like just being a kid and just kind of more being on my own, for real, because everyone was older. So everyone's going out to go, like, their friends and stuff. I'm at the house. I'm a baby. So
you think that helped you? Or did that hurt more?
I would say be more independent, for real. And kind of just find, I would say, my siblings is like my homeboys and like people I grew up like in high school and stuff. But it didn't really hinder me, for real. I didn't take it like, oh, I had nobody to look up to. It was there. It was wasn't. We just had different interests because of the age factor.
Yeah.
So
okay. So what were you like in school? Like, was you always creative? Like, what was you like in school?
I would say I was probably for sure always creative, but it wasn't like crazy. I would draw here and there. I always like video games. I'm a big wrestling fan, still a big wrestling fan. I would say though, like, I was semi-studious, so like certain things I would excel in, some I wouldn't. But the creativity for the show was always there. Like, I always wanted to be a game designer, but obviously I transitioned into other stuff. But I would say, yeah, I would draw here and there. I was creatively thinking, but not actually necessarily putting it down on paper.
Yeah. Okay. Now, did your family always expect that out of you, like that creative side? Or was you into sports? Did they expect that? Like,
they didn't really expect anything, for real. It was more just kind of whatever I wanted to do, for real. Because I didn't really get into sports until I moved from the city. But I don't know, I was just a kid. They kind of just let me, I would say, do my own thing. But me being the baby, I wasn't sheltered, but kind of sheltered.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that they expected me. They kind of just let me, like, wherever find a path, find a path.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing pressured on me. Oh, you got to do sports. You got to do this and that. It was just kind of left up to me. It wasn't necessarily said. It was just kind of one of those, like, back of the mind. He'll find his way when he finds his way type of thing.
Yeah. So hearing it from you, what would you say your path was?
I had a couple things for sure. Obviously, everybody I knew wanted to hoop. So I was like, oh, yeah, I want to be a basketball player. Sports was kind of there, but I didn't really figure anything out until, like, maybe high school. So it was just kind of like, go with the flow. Like, it was definitely still like, oh, I wanted game design, but when I did the research on it, it was like, all right, this ain't really kind of what I want to do. But I know it was definitely something creative. It had to have been like something that was out the ordinary. Just didn't know what exactly, though.
Yeah. Okay. Now, did you end up going to college?
Yeah.
Okay.
Went to college. Graduated from Schoolcraft.
Okay.
I was trying to transfer to CCS. Had a homeboy who went there. He only did 1 year off a scholarship, ended up going to the Air Force. He told me the experience about it. It was cool, but it's one of the best like creative schools in the country. People come to Detroit to go there, next to the schools in New York and stuff. It just wasn't working. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff happened with Wayne. They changed their whole art program. Couldn't figure it out. So I was like, all right, cool. Eastern. We're just gonna do Eastern. COVID hit. Couldn't even get in contact with my advisor because he ended up catching COVID. So I was like, all right, what I do? So I still had like the paper list of like, here's the stuff you need to take, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, I can't get in contact with him. I'm just going to go off of what we already had. Did that, whoop-de-wop. I was like, all right, cool. I'm done. I finished. I ain't about to worry about nothing else. Associates, cool. I got all of that. This is a little piece of paper, even though I got 2 businesses thriving already.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So did you feel like you needed the degrees though? At a point,
it was more just for like I guess to show off, because I would necessarily be like, besides my sister, be like the only one who kind of like finished college for real. Like my dad did college, my mom did like Wayne State and stuff like that, but like to go kind of like fully through, I would be kind of like the only one. It was literally just a piece of paper. Just after it was like, because I would talk to my mom about it. It's like, just go through it, da da da. It's just a piece of paper. And I had a teacher, because I had to take UX, which is basically like coding for like computers and stuff. And my teacher was one of like the high ups at Chrysler. He literally was like, half the time you don't even need a degree because they just want to know, can you do the work? Yeah. I still got it just to be like, oh, I got it, yay. But I'm already two businesses in. I know what I'm doing. I'm already doing this. I'm already making money off of this. Yeah. Let me just glide my way through this and do what I need to do. Yeah. Just so like people from the outside who makes it necessarily might not have that same thinking, be like, oh, he did his thing. How did I? Really, it's like, you don't need a degree. You can go get it if you want to be a doctor, engineer, stuff like that. But arts, no. Right. It's already kind of just more, your degree is bred into you. Yeah. So.
Okay. All right. So when did the photography start?
2018.
2018.
So that was literally right after I got out of high school, because I had a graphic design business. I still got that, but I'm merging it now. Now you know. It was like the summer of 2018. I started just off my phone with the homies. We would go to MSU to go party. And I'm like, all right, let's go do some fit pics before we leave the crib. And I already knew how to edit. So once everything else kind of came together, and then it was the iPhone. I had the iPhone 10. So when they first introduced portrait mode. So I knew how to do that. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, your homie's going to hype you up for real. Yeah. You know what you're doing. So after that, I bought a small camera, a Canon G7X, just a point and shoot, just so I can see like what I can do with it. And I always liked concert photography, just the way it was edited. So I was like, all right, cool. Me and my homeboy, Karan, we will start like going to at least like parties. And I was like, and we had the DJs and stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's kind of dark, low light photography. This is where I'll start. Right. And kind of just took off from there for real.
Yeah. Now, do you ever look back at the first couple pictures that you took and was like,
yes and no. Okay. I still, surprisingly, I have every shoot that I've done from yesterday to 2019 in my phone. So I can go back and look at like stuff I've done. It wasn't like my work was terrible. It wasn't until I got a real like Canon camera, and that's where I was like, okay, a lot of the settings are different and stuff like that. Yeah. So I wouldn't say I can definitely be like, oh, I can go back and re-edit this and it'll look way better. But it wasn't terrible. It was fine for the time. Yeah. I was almost, like whatever the trend was. So I wouldn't say it was terrible. I would give it like, if my old work, like a 6.5 out of 10. Okay. Some light.
Okay. So how did you develop your style of photography though?
Kind of just watching other people for real. A lot of people I followed from the city, like Chris Thompson, Jimmy Goldfingers. Yeah. Complete D. That's my homie Dante. A dude named Valandis. I was watching like different people just on YouTube. Just more like people that like be like, I would say accessible. Yeah. But YouTube University for real. That's kind of like how I developed, because it's a mesh of people. Yeah. It's like that's how I kind of found my like editing style, and then just going off of like how other people shot like from outside of Michigan, just other rappers, photographers, and stuff like that, using them as examples and trying to maybe replicate their look. but still having my own flair to it.
Yeah.
So.
Now talk to the people about the importance of that though, because I know a lot of photographers that jumping in the game. They always keep hearing like, you need to have your own style. You need to have your own style. I'm sure you somebody that would tell them they need to have their own style, right?
Yeah.
Why?
I would say so. Because you don't want every picture looking the same, like from other people, like your other peers. Because one, it can feel like you biting, and two, that's how you stand out, and that's how you create a name for yourself. Is having a style that people can pick up on. Like for me, it was colors, so people can tell from, oh, this person's reds and summertime pictures look like. Always people tell me it was my pictures look like I'm from like Cali, so it's always like the shades of like red, or in the summertime, or even in the fall, it was like the oranges and the sunlights and stuff like that. It would resonate with me. It was like, oh yeah, that's Jay. That's definitely Jay. Like it can't be nobody else, because his reds is like this, his colors is like this. So even though you can watermark your pictures and stuff like that, that's cool. I had that phase, but I learned from somebody, just let your style speak for itself, and it works. Once you really keep honing in on your style for real, and like, all right, maybe I can change this and stand out with that, you'll see how you are when it comes to like your peers and like the other photographers you're friends with. Because you'll look at your work and look at their work. It's like, oh, yeah, we definitely have two different styles. We might take from ideas from each other, but you won't notice it.
Yeah.
It's two different things. So, yeah, definitely having your own style will help you stand out, and it honestly help you build your brand. So,
I'm glad you said it. Brand.
Yeah.
brand. I think that's one of those things that a lot of people hear that word and they don't understand the importance of it. So talk to me about, how did you get into actually building your brand? Like, when you made your focus that, because you started 2018, right?
Yep.
What year was it that you was like, no, this is about branding? Or you started like that? Did you always have that mindset, or?
No, definitely didn't start like that. I would say 2020. It might have been maybe like towards the end of 2019. Because I needed something that was more confident than necessarily myself. So that's when kind of like Jay the Villain came into the aspect. Jay the Villain's always been a name, but the brand portion of it came, I would say, 2020. So I mostly kind of just took advantage of people not being around, people being in the streets. Everyone's inside. So I'm like, all right, cool, I can do a little bit of shooting. And I still got to be 6 feet anyway. So that part of the brand had to be more bigger than myself. Also a confidence booster. It had to be the what can I say? It's the speaking without speaking, basically. So when they see the work, it's like, oh, that's definitely Jay the Villain. And being that, like, having to be the villain, it's not necessarily you have to be the bad person. It's just maybe the person someone maybe might want to be bigger than. It's like, oh, I need to get through this. It's not just because you hear Jay the Villain, it's like, oh, is he a bad person? Does he shit on people all the time? No, it's the person that has a little bit more confidence than that other person, the person who has a little bit more drive than you. But it's also to motivate you as well. That's just, but it originally started off as because I had 3 businesses in college, and when a black man in the city, got 3 businesses, getting money, what the government hate, a black man doing well. So that's kind of where more of it came. But then I had to kind of form it into my own art form, and to just be bigger than me. And then also it's like, everybody got an alter ego. Babyface Ray's real name is not Babyface Ray. Lil Wayne's real name is not Lil.
Yeah.
Jay-Z's real name is not Jay-Z. It's Sean Carter. You need something to kind of make yourself stand different. Everyone likes an alter ego. We all grew up on wrestling. These people's real names is not their real names half the time. John Cena's real name is his real name. But Rey Mysterio's real name is not Rey Mysterio. So you need something that's going to help boost your credibility, 2, your brand, and having something that's different, because it's gonna make you wonder, who is this person? It's like, because when I meet people, oh, I'm Jay. I'm not gonna tell you my real name unless we get close. So you want to make people wonder, what is his real name? What is behind it? So that's gonna go all into the box of your brand for sure.
Yeah, no, you definitely pushing out some real game out there for the folks, man. So
for the free ski.
There you go. Let them know you're looking out for it. All right, so what keeps you motivated to do what you do?
I would say, 1, my peers. 2, like, the opportunities. Seeing that, like, it's a lot of people that I know that have made money off of the craft. It may seem slow right now, but for sure it's gonna kick off.
Yeah.
I've had a little bit of faster career than most people, but I still want to get to like the Rolling Louds and the Coachellas, and it's still big names on my list that I gotta get to. Even though I'm still conquering the city now, I still want to go kick it with the Lil Waynes and the Jay-Z's. Like I got in my list, I want to either work the Rock Nation brunch as a photographer or be there as a guest.
Yeah.
Like it's still levels to different things. Because just because you're a photographer, like, oh, you just want to take pictures all the time. No, it's bigger than that. Like I want to be in rooms with people. I have more than just photography knowledge. Excuse me. I have just more than photography knowledge. Like it's literally when I mean the sky's the limit. We going out of space. It's bigger stuff that I want to do. Like I want to have a rec center on the west side when it comes to art. So like it's bigger things that I need a little fame, a little bit of money, but it's how you manipulate it. That's how you get into the right spaces. You gotta do your thing with it first.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely not. Yeah.
So LeBron got this saying, more than an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And I always hear a lot of creatives share how they're tired of being put in a box. Like people just look at you like, oh, he a photographer,
right?
Or he a videographer,
Facts.
Or he did. How does that make you feel when you experience those type of things? And what type of things are you doing to kind of show people like I'm more than just?
I personally haven't experienced it, but that does not mean the community hasn't experienced it. It's stupid. It's like, it's a lot of us out here, and we all kind of doing the same thing, but we also, like, clicked up in different areas. Like, I'm in multiple rooms, music, models, entertainment, business, it doesn't matter. Everyone uses a photographer. But I can also tell you about marketing. I can also tell you about fashion. I can tell you about pieces of art and stuff. Like, that's just all I kind of mostly grew up for myself in. It's more people just need to be more open-minded when it comes to that. So, like, yeah, you have a photographer. Pick his brain or her brain. See what else they can do. Like, oh, this person knows how to build furniture. Boom. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, because we're more than just a photographer. Same thing with models. Most of these models, you think, oh, these models just want some money. No, because most of my models have their own businesses. Entrepreneurs or businesswomen don't take no shit. Because they're more than a model. You just got to pick their brain. Talk to them more. Get to know them for real. Yeah. I know half the time, like, we go to the studios and stuff, and some rappers just like, yo, cameraman. Nah, we artists.
Yeah.
We artists. I do graphic design. I draw. I'm still a kid. Like, even though I'm 24, you just got to pick our brains. I've been able to do that for a few artists and be like, just kind of kick it with them. And, oh, we do like the same stuff. Da-da-da. All right, cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, just pick their brain.
Yeah.
You'll learn a lot more about a person because it's just like, yeah, we really good at taking pictures and video, but the things that went into it and that drive the creativity to create that and to have the creativity to be like, oh, I know how to edit this video. Where'd it come from? Oh, I like these type of movies. Oh, I didn't know you like anime or Quentin Tarantino type movies.
All right.
So, yeah, it's all about just picking somebody's brain, at least having a conversation with them, see what they like when you got, like, got the time. Some people won't do it, some people will. Depends on where you at. So,
yeah. Even off camera, we was talking about how a lot of your friends and your peers, they all like doing some great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How did you, because I always say networking is everything.
Right.
You have a lot of powerful bonds and friendships with a lot of people that's doing some great stuff. How did you go about that, man? Because I know a lot of people out here, they struggle networking. They kind of scared to talk to somebody that's a little bigger than them. They don't know what to say. They feel like they can't really get in that type of space. Yeah, so how did you get into that in that type of space?
What's crazy is I was actually terrible at it at first. So I have, like, really bad anxiety. Everyone knows this. I'm happy to say it. Yeah, we a little fucked up in the brain. It's okay. It's cool. When me and my homeboy Karan, we would go to these parties, he was like my first manager. He knows how I am. I've known him since 7th grade. He'll chalk up the conversation like, oh, yeah, my homeboy does this, da-da-da-da-da. And then after that, he'll just disappear like a ghost, and I'll be rambling. And that's how we would catch people's ear and da-da-da-da. That's how I got into the art scene, like the smack dab of the underground art scene of Detroit, 2019. And then after that, I kind of had to learn other ways because we were doing our own separate things, but we would still go out and stuff like that. So figuring out how to present myself and then bring up the topics, what I needed to tell people. So I would say it got way better in like 2022, and that's where I would we would still go out to these like not parties but like maybe any function in the city. It's summertime, and that's where I can actually show like my work. Like, oh, here's my Instagram. This is some of my work. At that time, 2022. I would say I was still pretty dope. Like I was still learning some new different things, but I definitely had a solidified style. Mm-hmm. So I would show people like, yeah, I do this, da da da. And at that time, I can say like I had a selective like, oh, I can provide with this service, this service, this service. So, after a while, once the city's so small, after a while you're gonna keep seeing these same people. So it's like, oh hey, what's good, da da da. You're gonna become friends with them first. Yeah, we do the same job or the same field, but I'm a people person, but not a people person. But once you like catch like my brainwave, oh yeah, I won't forget you for real. Like we'll kick it at the time, even at shoots like or music video stuff. We'll like most of the BTS people will start talking, be like, okay, you a cool dude, bet I'm gonna lock you in, da da da. So once you start seeing these people all the time, it's like, oh, that's the homie, yeah, that's the homie, that's the homie. Oh, you work with models. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, you friends with this person? Oh, I been knew them, da da da. So once you got, also is off of what's it called? Recommendation. So when you have a person who has a strong recommendation, it's like, oh, okay, I know this person don't take no shit. So this person, you working with this person, y'all cool. Okay, I know you got the same mentality. Yeah. It's all about that for real. And after a while, you gonna accumulate a cool group of friends. Yeah. You gonna have people who do some really dope stuff that you can necessarily call on for like, hey, I got this idea. Can we do this? Yeah, let's do it. Do. It's gonna be like working with your homies. Yeah. So networking is definitely a big thing because you don't know what can come of it. You don't know what people you can meet and all the lasting relationships you can have for real. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, networking, I would say, is a huge thing. I'm grateful for it, and I'm grateful for the people that I've met throughout my career. Yeah. So.
No, I definitely see you do a lot of collaboration work, too. Mm-hmm. And one of my biggest questions I got for you is, why collaborate instead of competing?
Because it's not necessarily competition. Now, I say that while it's probably a few people I am competing with, but I would say it's friendly competition. We all competing with each other, but it's also like your enemy is also giving you cheat codes like, hey, do this so you can get up one level real quick. All right, boom. Up level. Oh, he better than me. Switch up, boom. And you giving gems to your homies too. It's better just to collab because, like you said, we all friends. We all trying to get to the same place. We might end up at a different finish line, but we for sure in the same lane right now. Like, even though your lane could be red, blue, and black, my lane is orange, yellow, green. Mm-hmm. We still in the same race. We still in the same community, but our finish lines could be, my finish line can end up in California, your finish line can end up in Florida. Yeah. We might as well help each other now. But the city's too small to necessarily be beefed out. It's so much beef in the city. It's too small to be even beefed out. Michigan is a dorm room. Detroit is a closet. It's that small. So why not just collaborate with people? And it's fun. It's fun to collaborate with people, necessarily to compete. Because competing will make you overthink. You'll get tired of doing that, da-da-da. It's fun to just be like, to be open, basically. Yeah. You can still have your closed offness to people because it's how people are. You're just like, all right, I got to feel things out. But once you really get into it, start collaborating with people, you're going to want to collaborate with everybody. Yeah. Because you don't know what their fan base might have that you could need. Or, like, especially, like, when you do, like, the Instagram collabs, like, on posts, you're getting two audiences. So you get exposed to another audience. You get new followers and stuff like that. And you could find the person you might need for real when it comes to your business. Yeah. So collaborating is just way better. There's more benefits to collaborating than beefing out. Yeah. For sure. More money to get.
I do want you to set the record straight just so they know what services you provide at this moment, because I know you said you ran different businesses. You can do a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff you're capable of doing, but what are you actually doing right now that the people can actually get services for?
So I'm going to run through off the top of my head because sometimes even I forget. We have a modeling package. We have a package for artists. We have a package for like headshots and digital. So if you are an upcoming model, you need headshots and digitals. Digitals is basically how you look in your natural state, just plain clothes. You don't have to like no professional lighting and nothing like that. It's just kind of natural. Also, if you need headshots for businesses, we do that as well. Automotive photography and video, music videos. Yeah, I'm lighting up on that because I'm kind of getting out of it for real. But behind the scenes, if you need like a shooter at your photo shoot and you want somebody to do video, here's behind the scenes of that and music videos. What else? I just launched couples photography, so we got engagement stuff, hard launch because I don't see anybody doing a hard launch package, but it is popular to be like, oh, you have your significant other, but you may show their shoelace or something like that, and you do the full, oh, here he is or here she is, da da da. We have that. We have events package, so concerts, birthday parties, stuff like that. I know I got like for sure like 2 more. Oh, no, cool. Birthday package.
No, I was more so because you got that's photography, videography services, right?
Yeah.
So those are only 2 services, right? Okay, cool. So you're not still doing graphic design work as a service for people?
Here and there. I do have a graphic design service that's a part of photography. It's called Double Villain Vision, or Vision. Yeah. Where say if you're an artist and you want your cover art done, you can get it shot by me, and then I would also do like the graphic design side of it too.
Yeah.
So you're getting 2 companies in one. I still do flyers here and there, stuff like that. I don't promote it as much.
Yeah.
But when people do DM me, hey, do you still do flyers? Yeah. And it's like I don't do it crazy a lot, so it's gonna be a low price. So it's just like, hey, here's something but I still do put a lot of detail into it. I would say like my flyer game is probably one of the best. I'm just out the box with certain stuff. But I still do graphics. And then but a lot of it is mixtured in to the photography stuff though.
Yeah. One of the I don't know if this is a package, but that magazine look that you do, is beast.
It's crazy. I just retired that.
Really?
Yeah. I just retired that.
You know what? That's cool. Because I think down the line one day you plan on bringing it back.
I might, because it was slowing down. I wasn't necessarily doing a lot with it, because I just wanted the art to show more instead of having to slide through. Because I was up to like 170 issues, and I was like, okay, cool. No, yeah, about 170 issues, and it kind of started just more to slow down, and I would start doing a lot more video now. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just retire the magazine thing. Nobody else was doing it, thank God. The only reason I was so picky about not stopping it was because thinking somebody else was gonna take it.
That's what I was like, dang.
And then I was like, I ain't really seen nobody else do this, so I think I'm cool if I like tuck this off the burner real quick.
Yeah. And you did
just
it.
let the art show.
You hit it hard too, where it's known now that's what you've done.
It was up to the point where like, who mentioned it to me? I want to say Crispy Life. He saw it and he was like, yeah, nobody's doing this. I don't see nobody even doing this. So I knew like, oh yeah, I definitely got some fire. And then all of my homies was like, that's hard. How you do that? And it was off of just a shoot that I did, and it was just like an added design. And I was like, oh, this is actually kind of hard. I'm going to keep doing them. And then since I know how to do graphics, and I was already doing concept magazine covers back in like high school.
Yeah.
So I was like, I already know how to do this. I know where to get barcodes and stuff from, da-da-da. And then V Visuals literally just like, this is going to be the temporary name.
Yeah.
So, and then it stuck. And after that, I was like, all right, it's kind of time to retire it. I'm gonna just, because I liked it for a while, but then when your whole like profile feed is the same logo, I was like, all right, let's just switch it up and just it's still on my page though. People can still go down and scroll down my page and see it. But I just wanted to kind of show my art more. Yeah. Just let the first picture show more than the cover. Picking a cover picture was so hard. It was like, all right, what do we pick? And that's like the real thing when you do work for a magazine. It's like, all right, what do we choose as the cover picture? But after a while, I was like, all right, it had a good run. I'm gonna retire now. Yeah. So we can just get to the point of the post and keep everything else rolling.
All right, we'll let you slide.
Yeah.
We'll let you slide.
If someone asked me to bring it back, I might.
Okay.
Maybe if I might do like a random issue, like boom, hey, I brought this back one time.
Yeah.
Here you go.
That'd be dope.
But other than that, right now it's tucked off. It's
Okay.
retired for right now.
All right, for right now. All right,
Right.
cool. So, I want to get to this, man. Clients.
Okay.
You've been running businesses for a minute now,
Yeah,
so
dig.
you've had those client experiences. So what is your ideal client? Like, what's that client that you like? Oh, I just love working with a client that does these things. Like, what do they got to do? What's the things that stand out to you? Like,
Crazy is my ideal clients like are my models. Those are people I'm like that you see 3, 4, 5 times on my page.
But what makes them so like perfect to work with though?
They understand me. So when it comes to like even like my humor and weirdness, they understand how that is because it's just it's like shooting with your homie, even when you like taking selfies on your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the patience. It's basically the patience because once you have a patience with a person, you'll work better with them. You'll take your time with it. You don't rush through a project. But when it comes to outside of that, I don't think I really have a dream client. Not dream client, but like characteristics of a good client for real. Like I've had maybe one bad shoot, and that was like early on. After that, I haven't really had anything. Like, cause energy is reciprocated. If I'm on top of things and I'm friendly and stuff like that, everything else is going to be reciprocated back. So I would say it's mostly based off that. I've never really had like a bad client for real. Nobody like snobby, nobody like late and having an attitude. Like if they are late, they're super communicative. Like that's the biggest thing. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like if the person shows up late, like and without telling me, oh, hey, I was late, then it's like, all right, we got a problem. But usually it's like, hey, something happened on the freeway. I'm 10 minutes away. Cool. Just communicate. So I haven't really had like a bad client before. So everything's been kind of just smooth when it comes to people.
You doing pretty good out here then, man.
I've heard bad stories with clients and stuff like that, but at the same time, I'm very much I'm too chill. I'm too like I can't go through that. I have already had bad anxiety. I'd rather just have everything kind of by the book and together.
I feel you.
And I'm a person who likes I like to have things explained to me, and I like to reciprocate that back. So any person who has like, I don't care if you have a million questions, I'm gonna answer a million questions because I'm gonna make sure you get the information you need from me as a businessman. Because it make it seem like, oh, I'm trying to run off with your money.
Yeah,
there's too much of that already. Yeah. So I'm a make sure, hey, if you need a paragraph of what we're gonna be doing, even though this is your shoot and you paying for it, I'm gonna tell you the paragraph MLA format of this is what's all gonna happen. Yeah. So, yeah.
I like that. Communication.
Facts.
Communication. All right, let's touch on these models, man. A lot of models, they go through it, man. Be a lot of weird photographers out here. Let's just keep it a bean. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they have expressed to you some weird photographers.
Definitely. Even models who aren't like my models. Yes. We're friends of friends and stuff like that. I'm gonna talk to everybody. Yes. Yeah, I've heard stories and stuff.
Like, what measures are you taking to make sure that those things are protected? Because it's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's a guy working with women. You kind of got to build their confidence up. Yep. You might have to touch them to move something out the way, or like, you know what I'm saying? Get that.
Once again, it's usually communication. Yeah. My anxiety once again gets terribly bad. It's like I'm overthinking half the damn time. So, but that keeps me in check though. That's just to make sure, like, the parameters are there, the walls are built, like, everything's in place, so ain't no funny business and stuff like that. Yeah. Also, like I said, it's recommendation. It's off people who know they ain't gonna take that. And it's like, okay, this person doesn't do that. He's super creative, da-da-da. After a while, once you, like, build that, like, relationship, everything's way smooth. Yeah. But even though I'll have people with new clients, I still have to like it feels like the first day of school. I always gotta like, all right, you gotta run this back to the head. You gotta do this, this, and this, this, and this. And I do that the same thing with my models too. Like I still go through my introductions, like, hey, all right, so this is how we're gonna do, da da da. Even though like we was just kicking it at the party drunk together, but when the business mindset come through and you have to like we at work. We still gonna laugh and giggle, but we still have a project we got to put out. Yeah. It's literally the biggest thing is literally just communication. Like, and then after that, the comfortability opens up. Yeah. So even if you kick in a few jokes, it's like I like to hype my models up. So it's like, yeah, I see you getting your bag, da da da. That'll make them feel more comfortable. once you get a couple giggles and stuff like that, and then you also got to show the pictures and like in the cameras, like here, swipe through, see what you like. This is how you doing so far. That'll gauge to them. Okay, I am doing pretty well. These pictures look good. Cool. All right, bet. After that, you cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the weird motherfuckers, that's gonna weave themselves out for real. Like I said, the city too small. You mess with one person, sister, daughter, whoop you up. You don't know who they connected to. You don't know what gang they family in. You don't know how up their family is. You catch them at the wrong time. It's like, yeah, you can't be doing that. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
Like, it's too much money to get out here. It's too many relationships to build out here to be just because you want to pick up a camera and be horny, fam. I fell into working with models. Like I said, I wanted to do concerts. I wanted to be for a field in the pit. But the person who I became super cool with, DJ, they model. Okay, cool. That's who put me under their wing and took me to the stratosphere. And so working with women is gonna teach you things. It's gonna teach you how to kind of like how to gauge stuff, how to mentally prepare for. Because working with women is a little bit more because they still got to work with makeup and stuff like that. And get dressed. Some of these might take longer than others. So you got to have the patience. You got to have the communication, and then after that, it's just fun.
Are you a fan of the naked shoots?
I wouldn't say I'm a fan.
Not necessarily a fan, but I'm saying like as far as like that's something that like I'm gonna just be honest. Me as somebody when I'm going on the photographer's page, and all you do is like I get a little shaky. Like
understandable.
You don't shoot nothing else, bro?
Right?
Like this is all you shoot. Like you specialize in this specifically. It's crazy.
God, it's crazy as I've come across photographers, not even people that even are in Michigan. It's just be like people like Vegas. Like that's kind of where it's a lot of prominent. The shoots be hard, but it's like this is the only concept y'all got is this. Now, there is a market and a niche for that. That's cool. I'm just not in that market. I'll do lingerie shoots. I'll do half naked shoots and stuff like that. It's a little harder to do with new clients because it's like, damn, why is my first shoot seeing you naked?
Facts.
But if it's like my models and stuff like that, once again, we've built that camaraderie, we've built that relationship, so it's literally nothing. That trust, it's nothing. It's just like, oh, we're just doing a shoot, we gonna tear it up, it's gonna be fire. But the people who necessarily do that, like it's just the whole fee, and that's the only thing you do. It can be tasteful, but especially with the editing. There's a few pages I've seen, like even like on Twitter and then on like Instagram. The editing can be good, the concept can be fire. Like I said, there's a market and niche for it.
Yeah,
I'm just not necessarily in that niche to be doing 100 naked photos. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Nah. I like shooting everything. That's just not what I was here for. Once again, market niche. I ain't gonna knock you. As long as you're responsible. Most of the time, from what I've seen, the people who really be doing that have a relationship with those clients. They are really close with those female clients. So there is a relationship where the comfortability is there.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
I'll do a lingerie shoot here and there, or like even if it's like a wet t-shirt thing, it's still super creative. You're going to have some dope color lights. You're going to hit some blues off the background. Like, it's not just going to be just you in a wet t-shirt and a black backdrop. No. You're going to see some reds on the side of you. It's going to be maybe I'm going to Photoshop some flames. And, like, it's going to be super exaggerated.
Yeah.
I'm not just about to be like, all right, wet t-shirt.
Yeah.
Nah. Nah.
Yeah. And I always say, like, I mean, I feel like, okay, people book something. That don't mean you got to post it. You know what I'm saying? If they book it, this is what they wanted for their service. You send them over their work, their pictures, and that's it. You keep it moving. But when you get to posting all of it, and it start to be like, is this your brand? Is this your niche?
Exactly.
So I definitely feel that. But we're going to switch it out. I did want to say this, though, on the model a little, too, though, real quick, since you do work with models. We're going to get in your business a little bit with this question. it's almost like a deal breaker question here. Could you date a girl that's not comfortable with you working with models? Like how? Like okay,
Nah, cause
or what would you make her? Cause she's just uncomfortable. What would you kind of like?
I would probably have her just like, cause it's the thing. My models are my homegirls.
Yeah.
There's a few of them who I've known for a very long time. There's one of them who I literally grew up with.
Okay.
And it took us a minute to connect because we just in two different worlds. But these are people who I would invite to my birthday party, who would meet my moms and shit. Like, I would just have my girl. Most likely I'm gonna date somebody who's like in the same field as me. Sweet. But if they just happen to not be, but they understand it and they don't like it, I would just rather like, hey, meet them. They still my homegirls.
Yeah.
These are people who still care about me and like have put me in different positions to make some money and stuff. Just talk to them.
Did you have to meet some boyfriends?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm cool with them.
All right, cool.
Now, some of them maybe like a few might be like maybe like a one and done. Like, oh, we kicked it and talked it at the shoot, and I don't see him from another.
He had to
year
fill
or
you out
like
because you got to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, babe, I'm about to go take pictures with Jay
Yeah.
the villain. The villain. See, that's
Who
gonna
is
that
that?
sound like a porn name. I'm mad. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean, Jay the villain? Like, that
Who
sound
is
like a
this?
stage name. Like,
Right.
Like he get to it or something.
I've had countless like boyfriends come with their girlfriends and stuff like that.
Cool.
And off of like, because once again, off of the relationship I have with the model, they gonna obviously relay it back to the boyfriend and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like the majority of my models do got boyfriends. And I'm cool with them. Like maybe we might not meet, but we definitely follow each other on Instagram. We might have actually the same interests, but it ain't really no problem with that for real. But yeah, I would probably just have my girl just meet them, talk to them, and be like, hey, like and getting in their brain and like see like how we work and stuff like that. And probably I would say the insecurity or the overthinking would die down.
Yeah.
So
For sure. I can see that for sure.
because you gotta have an open mind with stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
you gotta know, I'm gonna be busy half the time. Yeah, I'm shooting with women, but at the same time, I'm gonna shoot with somebody you don't know all the time. Like I have people find me from all over the place and book a shoot. You gotta. It might be because of the industry I'm in, because I'm around rappers and stuff like that. You gonna have different girls try to get on you, but you just gotta be confident with your dude or your girl, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would do. Just kind of just go kick it with him, talk to him.
I feel that.
Ain't nothing crazy going on with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Know that.
Know that. Say that. You know? All right. So, what's your why? Why does Jay do what he do?
Don't know. Be honest with you. Don't know.
I'm so glad you said that. You know how many people get here and they just try to make up an answer on the interview? Leave it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And you still got time to figure that out.
Because there's people like the way I edit and stuff like that. I've done some crazy edits, and people be like, "How'd you do the edit?" I have no clue. I don't know. And it's not like I don't want to share with you how I did the edit. I don't know. I set like even with like color, I set up a light, and then once I click paste in the preset and edit it, oh, the lights come out perfect, pretty. Oh, cool, this is perfect.
Right.
I don't know how I did it.
Yeah.
Don't know. Why I do it? Don't know. With the ride, it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been great. I've met some amazing people. I've some amazing clients, some big name clients, small name clients. It don't matter.
Yeah.
It's been lit, and we gonna keep going until I'm up out of here.
Yeah.
So
where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
don't know. Be honest with you,
We'll be 30.
I can be any field. I can be because I have NFL clients. I could be on the road with them. I could be working for the NBA. I could be on tour with somebody. I could be in New York on Fashion Week. I could be living in Houston somewhere. I don't know. 5 years, no clue. No clue.
That's real.
Don't know. That's honestly how it should be. You necessarily, if you want to have something like, if you want to know what you doing in 5 years, that's cool. Not about to knock you on that. But for me, I don't know. I work in too many fields to really know. Somebody could pick me up and be like, all right, let's go. Cool. I got to cut these things off. There will be a whole announcement and everything. But LeBron wants me to shoot him and his family for the rest of Bronny's career. Cool. I'm in California with it for the next 5 years. I'm gone.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's whatever. Like y'all will know because I'll announce it in some dramatic way. But until then, y'all can see me whenever.
Yeah.
Catch me. What Jadakiss said? This Kiss. I'm here. I don't live in Miami. You gonna catch me on the block. You gonna catch me. I'm still figuring out life.
Yeah.
I'm just 24. I'm still a kid. So I don't know yet. 5 years, I don't know. But it's gonna be a fun 5 years.
Right.
For sure.
Now, there's something that you do know right here. What's the biggest thing you learned so far on your journey?
Don't let people get in your head, for real. That's probably a big thing. Because, once again, you can get discouraged by seeing, like, your OGs do great things. And you can be like, man, I don't even think I'm going to get to this point. I don't think I'm a shoot with this person, da-da-da. Nah, don't overthink it. Just literally when people say keep going, literally just keep going. Just keep finding your way through the jungle. Even though it's like, oh, everybody shoot pictures. But nobody shoot pictures like you. Mm-hmm. Nobody shoot pictures like them. We're going to be clicked up. But one of us all going to be kicking game to 5 other little us's.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just don't get discouraged. Just most of the time, keep your head down and kind of just weave through, learn, keep an open mind. Old dogs love new tricks. Just keep an open mind with stuff. Yeah, that's basically it.
All right, 2023 just ended. What would you grade yourself if you had to give yourself a letter grade?
A cool B+. Being I did not have a car a whole year. Engine went out at the end of 2022 August. No, yeah, August. Didn't have a car. Was trying to get it fixed. Insurance wasn't doing it. Da-da-da. Was using my mom's car. We figured out a plan. Was scheduling. I had to cut half of my schedule off so she can go to work at night. Da-da-da. So, cool B+, because I was still making moves the best way I could. I had people who surprisingly would pick me up and take me because I don't live in the city. I live 30 minutes out. I ain't about to tell y'all. West Bloomfield area.
Right.
Y'all can hear from there. People would come pick me up, take me to the shoot. We work and Jane dropped me off. I had to Uber a few times. I had to use my deposit to take a lift. So a cool B+ because I still was able to move around.
Right.
I got a car before Christmas. We outside. It's home. We outside. I'm back on blocks.
Yeah.
Your girl might pick up a shoot. I can drive there myself. We cool. I ain't necessarily tell a lot of people because I ain't want everybody in my business. But I had the people who I did have to tell because I had to sometimes go to work in situations like, hey, I don't have this car. I'm not this open. So we had to plan accordingly to certain things. So, but now I'm back on. We outside. I feel way more free than ever. So, okay. B+ for sure.
So what can we expect from you this year? You got
the
car. You got the car back. You outside.
Hey, let me tell you. Definitely, I would say more videos. Because I dropped a short film for my birthday in last October. Did amazing. More videos. You're gonna see a lot of my OG models come back for show. A lot of people that I started out with. Try to do more concerts. I'm always doing Crowd Freak stuff, and I've had a handful of like stuff outside of that. But I would say more concerts. Summertime is when I thrive though. I'm outside, like it's everybody is doing their thing. It's warm, and that's where like I thrive a lot. So the summer is gonna be crazy. But yeah, I would say just like personal projects, videos. Definitely more sport content. I got another connect for Indianapolis. So that I'm gonna be kind of traveling a bit. Yeah, it's on the flow for sure. Like I'm excited for it. I know everybody be like, "Oh, this is my year." 2023 was definitely my year. I had it, but I can have 2 years. I can have 3 years. I can have 4 years.
Say that.
It's not just like, "Oh, this was my year," and then what happens after that? You kaboof? No, nigga, it's gonna be every year. It's up after this. I can move around as much as I want to around the state. You can't stop me. You're done for.
Like that.
So, yeah, it's going to be super fun. I'm going to document pretty much everything. I vlog a lot, too. So, definitely more episodes of that. And probably a lot more collaborating with people. I do have a lot of people who are coming up and that I'm cool with and who kind of just need that nudge. So, kind of working with smaller photographers Even though I'm only 5 years in, but even my OG is 5 years in. This is somebody who work under Vez and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, I'm right where my OGs is, but but the level, it's like you do you're a level 10, but maybe they a level 10.7.
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I'm still under them, but I still have the ability to kind of connect with smaller people and kind of help them out. So probably helping out a little bit more smaller creators and stuff like that. Just the best way I can. I ain't a teacher, but I can give you some gems and be like, hey, do something like this, do this, or just come with me, just watch me work real quick.
Yeah.
And what you learned today? All right, cool. I can do that. So yeah, a lot more teaching, learning, videos, outsideness. Probably just get my face out there a lot because I'm not a club person, but I'll show up to a function when I need to.
Right. When it's work, it's work.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
All right, man. So shout some people out, man. Go ahead and get your shout outs and going right quick.
This about to be a list. All right, so boom. Shout out to my manager, Ed. Yeah, I'm a photographer with a manager. Just like how all these rappers got managers, I got a manager. Yeah. Shout out to manager Edward Broom at BMM and M. Tap in with him if you need marketing, if you're an artist, stuff like that. Just Jacoy, one of the dopest DJs, multifaceted people I know. That's somebody who literally had me under their wing. My homeboy Karan, Cole, shout out to the whole Wolfpack. Suave, Pete, CJ, Trey, both Treys, all my models, Maddie, KJ, Issa, Jade, everybody who didn't help me through this art life, for real. Everyone gets a shout out because I'm gonna be here for about cool 2 hours because that's gonna be a lot of people. If I forgot you, don't think I forgot you. It's just my head is rambling.
You said everybody, so
Exactly.
ain't nobody forgot.
Everybody, boom, there you go.
All right, man.
So yeah, and then 2024 we did do another mixer. I did a mixer the top of October. Did super well. Next one is definitely gonna be in the spring, so I hope y'all come out to that for sure. We're gonna definitely. It's a lot of people made a lot of connections. A lot of surprise faces pulled up. I didn't know I knew these people, and it's not me bragging, but I'm gonna brag. But it's not like they don't meet people. It's just, hey, I know this person's in this room. I'll become support. When you put people together, you're gonna find new relationships. So that's again networking. So definitely that's another big deal for the spring is another networking mixer because the last one was great.
Fire.
So, well,
all right, man. Let the people know where they can follow you at too.
You find me on Instagram at jmoneyj12. That's basically about it. I use Twitter, but I use Twitter like a regular person. You can find my YouTube jmoneyj12. I don't post a lot on there, but there's stuff on there you can go watch. You can book a shoot at jadavillain.com. Look through my work. I got videos on there. I got pictures on there. Book a shoot. All January's $200 shoots. If you want to shoot, here's your opportunity because in February we're going prices up. Just so because we need more access to stuff. We need more equipment, stuff like that, so we can make the work better and make y'all better. So, yeah. Appreciate me having me, man. This is great.
Jada Villain, we out.
You did.